Hey guys, welcome. Coach Rick here. And I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you this morning. I want to encourage you. I want to coach you better and more effectively moving ahead than I ever have before. I really believe that we are at a very unique time, not only in the history of our company, but also in the endeavor of our lives to reach new goals and to reach new many of our dreams. And so I want to encourage you for a few moments. And really what I've been thinking about as we are a little bit past midway of June, I want you to know that June kind of marks the end of the second quarter of 2021, and also it kind of marks the end of really the first quarter that many of you have been coaching. But whether you've been coaching 6 months or a year, or whether you've been coaching, maybe this is your first month, we want to welcome you to the team. And I want you to know that you have an unprecedented access to Jennifer and I as your coaches, that we might lead you well and see your dreams become a great reality. Now, what I want to talk to you about just for a very few moments is I want to talk to you about value. I want to talk to you about the value of what you hold in your hand. I want to talk to you about the value of what you have invested in your own transformative journey of taking back your health. But I also want you to understand in a greater way through this little introduction video. I want you to encourage you to consider the value of what you hold in your hands as a business leader, becoming the CEO of your own business. Now, I want to remind all of you guys, you're not working for me. You're not working for John Michael, my coach. You're not working for even anyone else. You're working for you. And Optavia has provided for all of us this amazing platform to take back our own health and transform our own lives, but also that we might build an incredible and remarkable business. So let me get down to it. And I have an illustration that I want to give to you in just a moment. So stick with me. And by the way, at the end of this message, I'm going to give you a word that I really want you to text back to me. Text it to me when you have watched this video. All right. So here we go. I want to talk to you about value, the value of the company, the value of your own transformation, but even the value of your business. Now, I want you to know that Optavia as a company is a remarkable, exemplary company in all of our nation. Not only did Forbes have us in 2020 as the second fastest growing company in the nation, but I also want you to know it's a debt free company. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And Optavia has provided for us a wonderful, stable, solid foundation upon which we can transform our own lives physically, spiritually, even for me, it's a real journey, and then financially as well, taking back our health and our future. Now, the incredible growth that Optavia is experiencing is sustainable through coaches just like you, coaches just like me, who are choosing to no longer stay in the minor leagues and choosing to no longer, approach this as a part-time hustle or a sideline gig, but really we're making decisions to go pro, to step up to the plate, to say, look, I've been given this amazing gift that has tremendous value, and I want to steward it well. Let me just go ahead and tell you this. The more you make your business in Optavia about others more than yourself, the greater your business will flourish and grow. So, how do we go pro? I want you to know that the sustainability of the growth patterns and even greater growth lays ahead. we've not even really begin to make the upward climb to the great potential that this company and our coaches have. So I want you to know coaches must choose to go pro. Go pro by strategically building. Understand you need to stay close to your mentors. Understand you need to take in the teaching. Look, just because you may have sold other products, even online, I want you to know that if you approach Optavia, if you approach it as a miracle in a box and a product you're selling, then you're going to become frustrated in the process of this journey. What I want to encourage you to do is strategically build. How do we do that? We stay close to our mentorship team. You need to stay close to your coach. Guys, I need to hear from you. You need to reach out to us at any time that we can benefit to you. I hope Jennifer and I have demonstrated to you that it's our intention to be all in when it comes to helping you reach your goals, fulfill your visions, see your dreams become reality, and build this great business. So, one of the ways we strategically build is we got to stay close to mentors. Secondly, we got to stay connected into the training. Look, I heard my coaches a lot of times when I first began coaching. I would hear those that were surrounding us as a great mentorship team. I would hear them say, I've never seen anyone succeed who would not uh, do the trainings. And I've heard them say that I don't know how many times when I was first getting going. If you don't do the trainings, if you don't connect to that community, if you don't learn the dynamic and the heart and the spirit of this amazing company and community, then the sustainability and the viability of your business could be in jeopardy simply because we're not willing to invest the time in our own business in the training. And watch, I promise you, every time I watch a training, and I watch several trainings a week, and I'm as busy as anyone on here. But I want you to know I watch them. Why? Because every time I do, it makes my life better. It makes my business stronger. It makes my mind freer. And it allows me to strategically build by putting pieces of the puzzle into place. Now, not only do we strategically build, but we also must tactically expand. So, one of the things that the training gives to us is the ability to learn from other coaches. Let me say it one more time. You're not selling a miracle in a box. As a matter of fact, fuelings are only one quarter. Look at this. This is a quarter. Fuelings are only one quarter, 25% of this amazing program. So, look, if all we talk about with our clients is fuelings or the food, then what's going to end up happening is we're withholding from them 75% of the rest of the vision that can help them be successful. And so, what I want you to know is we want to tactically expand. How do we do that? We must learn to value the other 75% of the habits of health system, the community, the coaching, and the fuelings. Those are the four components. Isn't that incredible? Each one of those is one fourth or one quarter of this Optavia program. And what an amazing thing it is. It's community, it's coaching, it's health of habit system, and it is the fuelings. And so, what I want to encourage you is by the training, by being connected to the coaching, by posting, by understanding the algorithms of Facebook and living out loud. I'm just telling you, your life is the best billboard for your business. So we want to be able to tactically expand. I want you to do that. But look, hear me when I say this. I can only run with the runners. I can only run with the runners. Thirdly, I want to remind you that we want to systematically build within ourselves a CEO mindset. Here's what I want you to know. Optavia and me has confronted some of the greatest leadership weaknesses in my life. Now, I'm sure you guys as well have felt that this program, this plan, whatever component of it is that for you, you may feel as if that has confronted you. And guys, look, the resistance is necessary to move to the next level. Look, I wasn't the leader I needed to be when I began this process in order to build the business that I dreamed. Here's the other thing I'm learning is when I let the principles of Optavia and this amazing community, by the way, Jennifer and I pastored for nearly 40 years. I'm looking you dead in the eye and I'm letting you know I've never found a community so open, so honest, so transparent, so embracing, so supportive as I've found right here in this community. Why do I want to keep from my clients that 25%, that quarter of the Optavia program? So it's community, it's coaching, and it's the habits of health system. And also it's this. And so I want you to know that we don't always need to talk about fuelings or shipping or food with our clients. Sometimes we need to talk about how to create a stress-free environment. Sometimes we need to talk about the necessity of sleep. Sometimes we need to talk about all of those elements of the habits of health system that really make this program sustainable for a lifetime. Look, guys, if you're teaching your clients that this program is sustainable through fuelings alone, you're cheating them 75% out of every dollar. You're only giving them one quarter of the value of the plan. Look, so I want to encourage you, and that's why we started doing the summer dream team. We want to go pro. I'm looking for people that want to go pro. Look, when you go pro, you don't miss trainings and not report in. You don't miss practices without reporting in. You make every effort because you realize you're not working for me, you're working for yourself. Look, I don't set your salary. You know what? Optavia doesn't even set your salary. They set the parameters through which we can grow. And I want you to know the more I grow in my business and my leadership, the more I grow spiritually, the more I grow in my business, the more I'm being blessed financially. And so we just give God the glory of that. So what's the value? What's the value of what you're holding in your hand? Well, it really depends. It really depends on how you look at it. So let me talk about value a minute. The value of what you're holding in your hand. As we now, at the end of June, we're completing the second quarter and we're moving into July. So really, we're approaching the halftime of 2021. And I want to encourage you to understand the value. Now, so I want to use an illustration. For a long time, I've really been interested in coins. I love coins. My father-in-law, who's a precious father in my life, he got me interested in coins a long time ago. And I love coins. Now, many of y'all don't know this, but there are many times when I go to a store, I ask them if they have any half dollars that I could buy. A half dollar. Most people don't want to make change out of their register with a 50-cent piece. They just don't want to do it. It requires an additional step of thinking or handling or embracing something that has a little bit of a greater value than what they are anticipating. So many people at convenience stores, Circle K, many stores, they if they have half dollars back that they don't want to deal with, I go in and buy them. And I'll say, hey, you have any half dollars I could buy? And you may say, why in the world would you do that? Why would you pay 50 cents for 50 cents? Well, because guys, look, the modern currency, this is a new quarter. Let me see what year this is. This quarter is from oh, this is 2021. So this is a new quarter. And yeah, it's worth 25 cents. The value of this is 25 cents. How do I know that? Well, that's what it's stated on it. The stated value of this is 25 cents. Did you know pennies in the United States used to be larger than this coin? Many nickels in our history have been larger than a quarter. It's not necessarily the size, it's the stated value. Now, back to the 50-cent piece. Why do I buy that? Look, there's very little silver content in this quarter. You drop it, it sounds dead. Now, get you an old quarter, drop that coin. I don't even know if you can hear that, but you drop that coin and it sounds dead. Now, take an old coin and drop it on the table, and you'll hear a distinct ring in it. Why? Because the stated value of a half dollar in many cases is greater. The real value is greater than the stated value. Why? Because the silver content of most half dollars, many half dollars, the silver content makes the value of that coin greater than the stated value of the coin. So look, I've bought some silver dollars for 50 cents at the convenience store that would end up being worth $5 or more. So let me ask you a question. Would you give 50 cents for something that had a stated value of 50 cents, but you really knew it was worth $5? Would that be a good investment for you? Well, but look, the stated value has not changed. If I take that 50-cent piece and I go to the market to spend it, they're not going to figure the silver content. They're going to give to me the stated value. Why are you saying that? Because I want you to know that many times we have a tendency to value Optavia and this program based on the stated value rather than the true value. What is the value of Optavia? When I've had clients tell me, well, I don't know if I can afford it, seems pretty high to me. I'm like, well, I can tell you this, for me, it's not high as diabetes. And right now they say one out of every three people in the nation are a diabetic or pre-diabetic. One out of three. Here's what I know. It's not as high as diabetes. It's not as costly as diabetes. I've been there when people have had to have radical surgeries because of diabetes. And so I want you to know, here's the stated value, man. Okay, talk to me about the fuelings. Talk to me even about the shipping if you want. But look at this. Look at what our company has done. And that is in the midst of all of this, and it's a whole the reason for the shipping delays, but guys, it's just pure, it's just pure demand upon the product. It's pure demand. But look, watch this. Optavia has not elevated the price of our fuelings. Has lumber, has Walmart, has milk, has food. Guys, look, we know that the value of many products has doubled and tripled over the last few months, and it may get worse. I know the Fed chair said even today that they're not anticipating that the inflation would get as high as it was in the 70s. Well, look, we may be in some bumpy waters ahead financially, but look at what Optavia has done. When everybody else is doubling, tripling, quadrupling price, guess what we've had? Zero price increase. And the shipping deal, I'm telling you, that's being resolved rapidly. And watch this. It's better already. So you got to become a CEO to weather the storm of massive expansion and growth in your company by remaining positive and encouraging to your company. So what is the value of a habits of health system? What is the value of that? What is the value of my coaching? Look, when people buy into the program, they're buying into a lot more than the product. Come on, guys. They're buying into me. They're buying into you. What's my time worth? What's your time worth? They get a coach. Keto's not going to give them a coach. You got a coach. You got a living, breathing coach. You got a problem? Call me. You got an issue? Call me. You got a client you need help with? Call me. You need a new coach you need to sign up? Call me. You need a wellness credit? Call me. If I see you doing the work, then guess what? I'm all in, man. And we're going to go get this done. Why? Because the stated value is only a fraction of the potential value of what lays within this program. Right. So watch, the stated value is always the easiest way to measure the value. Why? Because it's stated right on there, a quarter of a dollar. It doesn't say just a quarter, it says a quarter dollar. So it's one quarter of a dollar. It's 25 cents. It's a quarter and it's got no silver in it. But guess what? There is oftentimes a greater value than the value just that's stated. And I illustrate that through the 50-cent piece. And by the way, guess what? There are many quarters that I have that are worth far more than 25 cents. Why? Because the silver content alone makes it of greater value. So many coins, look, many coins are worth more money if they're just totally melted down for the value of what lays inside of them that's not printed on them. Let me tell you something. Optavia's greatest value is not the stated value, it's the much, much greater value. How 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 much would I give to be rid of sleep apnea and not have to sleep with a machine? What's that value to me? What's the value to me to no longer be on high blood pressure medicine, be off of metformin and so many other medications, to be off cholesterol, to be off all of these medications, have over 100 pounds off my body, exercising, being strong, mentally alert, building a business, better self-image. What what is the value of that? That's the true value. So I want to encourage you guys, don't war with your clients over the value. Learn ways to show them the greater value, right? And so then also I want you to know not only is there a greater value. So here's what I wanted to share with you. There's value stated, but there's always value greater. And then I also want you to know that the value grows. So look, I'm going to show you another quarter. It may be a quarter you've never seen in your life. And by the way, the US Mint now is making a number of them. They've kind of quickly become my favorite coin. And by the way, uh, I want to show you, here's this quarter. This is a regular quarter, right? Here's the quarter I want to show you. Now, look, just so we're clear, this is a quarter dollar. Can you see that? Yep. This is a quarter dollar printed by the United States Mint. This is it. This is a coin from 2019 celebrating the war in the Pacific and specifically the battle at Guam. Why did I buy that? Because my father in law, who is a father to me, fought in this battle and he was bigger than life to me. So this is a quarter. So look, let me tell you, let me show you this. Both of these are quarters printed by the US Mint. Both of them are. If I took this right here to the market to buy something, you know what they would give me for it? One quarter. Why? Because that's the stated value. That's printed on there by the US government. That's printed on there by the US Mint. That's 25 cents. Now, it, this is 25 cents. So which one is the real 25 cents? Well, they're both 25 cents. Why? Well, because that's what they stated the value at when they printed them. But here's what I want you to know. Not only is the value stated, but the value, the value is greater. The value of this quarter is greater than the value of this quarter. Why? Well, clearly the quarter has grown. It's bigger, right? And by the way, this is the largest coin ever printed by the United States Mint. It is a quarter. You can't put it in the machine, but if I go spend it, I'd spend a quarter. But watch, this quarter right here is made out of 5 ounces of uh, of silver, pure silver. So this is 5 ounces of silver, and this one is a dead coin with no silver in it. Now, watch. If I go to the store, they'll give me a quarter for this. But today, I wouldn't take $400 for this quarter. Now, I probably inflated it a little bit on you, but hey, see how many of these you see. And they only meant so many of them. And so it's got a value. But watch what else. The value is growing. So the value of this coin is not attached to the stated value. The value of this coin is tied in even to the silver market. And so what I want you to know is the value of what you hold in your hands as an Optavia client first, and then as a coach. The value is greater than the value stated, and the value is always growing. So I want you to know, let me help you grow the value of your own personal journey and grow the value of your business. Look, guys, you are a part of a great team, but you don't know that unless you ever get on the court. So I'm giving you an invitation. Get on the court. We're going to finish out the month of June strong, and July, we're just going to lay the foundation and build forward. I want to encourage you guys not to be thinking in the terms of the next 3 to 5 months. I want you to begin to think about the next 3 to 5 years. Where can you be? What can you accomplish? What can we do together? Look, I'm in for the long haul. I'm running with the runners. So let's stop feeling like we've got to make excuse because the value is too great, and let's let our lives become the testimony, the billboard of a much greater value. Hey guys, just a few minutes with a coach. So I wanted to encourage you. Be in touch. Let me know how we can help you. God bless you.